Okay, so what I got here is the driven clutch from Polaris 1997 Indy Trail. I'm trying to take this apart so I can clean it. It's been tough. I have a proper tool here. Got this from Royal Distributing. It was $39, I think. And with this tool, you can move the helix back and forth and break the rust bond on the shafts. So I've soaked it quite a bit in penetrating oil. So my buttons have already unwound the spring. Helix has come out enough, buttons have unwound the spring. Push the helix up enough so it's not hitting anymore. But I can crank it the other way a little bit. So you gotta be a bit aggressive here and get the buttons to come around. On the other side. And it's starting to break loose here. I think I can actually, I think that's going to come off now. Mark the clutch here. You don't want to make sure you do that. Now when I take this helix out, I want to make sure that I ID the spring so I know what hole the springs go in. Yeah, she's going to come off here. Sets it up pretty good. Got a keyway in the shaft. Okay, that's it. Huh, can't tell. Don't move it though. Don't move it. We'll have to think about that a little bit to see if we can figure out how to figure out what hole that spring's in before we go any farther. Okay, so here's the helix. If you look, you can see all the rust there. This is the plane that the buttons ride up on. Actually, this looks pretty good. The sled's only got 3,000 miles on it. And I was wondering how I'd figure out what hole to put that spring in. If you look, you can see that this hole here has got a little bit of damage from the spring, and that's obviously the hole the spring has been in. Probably where I'm going to put it back. I'm going to clean up all this rust gunk here, clean up all the surfaces, get rid of all the shit on it. It's pretty smooth. I think it's in pretty good shape. Here's the spring. There's only one hole down there. So this compression and tension compresses and twists. Move the clutch. There's the keyway. Can't lose that or you're done. And I should be able to pull. This right off. Something there. movable piece of the clutch. 3 buttons, rides up on the helix. It's being all crappy and rusted with all this shit in here. It's probably robbing me of some horsepower on my motor. There's something dropping there. Must be a shim. I don't want to lose it. I think this should just come right off. That's the movable piece of the clutch. That's in great shape. Still see the machining marks on it from the factory. Push is replaceable. I don't have the tools to do that though. You can see the 3 buttons in it. Look dirty, but I don't see any wear on them. And here's the crap. It's got grease. Grease on my shirt. Casualties of war. Alright, here's the now this piece goes on the jack shaft that turns the tread. It's also in pretty good shape. There's all the rust on the shaft. Good and smooth. I think it's just dirt actually. I think this is gonna clean up nice. For sure. Alright. Alright guys, well I got my German clutch all apart. Just finished cleaning it with bar salt. This is the floating half. There's the 3 buttons. Looking pretty good shape. One of the bearings rides on it. Another bearing. Solid brass bearings or some type of material. They can all be replaced, but these look pretty good. Got the helix here. A little bit of wear, nothing serious. Some damage here. Looks like somebody took a hammer to it or something. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyhow, that doesn't touch the movable surfaces, so it's okay. Some rust on the inside of it. Nothing to worry about, I don't think. And here's the other piece. Here's the shaft that it rotates on. This goes on the track side. Bolted to the track. I got a bad feeling I've lost my keyway for the jack shaft, but we'll see what we can do. Okay guys, got my clutch back together. I think it's right. A couple of things to note about this. Getting that keyway to hold in that shaft, putting the helix down was a bit of fun. Used an old trick. I put a little grease on the keyway, holds it in the groove a little bit more, and you can kind of get your fingers in there. It's not easy, but it's doable. But for sure, I don't think there's any way you could have done this job without proper tools. This compression tool is $39 or something. And an absolute must to help you get this thing apart and together. Thanks. The other tool I wanted to talk to you about to do that clutch is circlip pliers. So here's a pair of circlip pliers. These are cheap, and these will not cut it for this job. What you need is a good pair of circlip pliers. Got these for $28. And to change direction, You do both. Comes with quite a few heads or inserts. I lost the spring when I took it out of the packaging, and it went somewhere. I heard it bounce once. So I don't have a spring on it, but it's still usable. Definitely need a good pair of circlip pliers.